Yo, what's up everyone? This is Cray and welcome back to another Element Fission video. So today we are going to be talking about the developer's note 1.9.2. This is going to be a huge one because there's going to be 2 new dungeons, which in a way gives you artifacts, alright? So just taking a look here at the overview, it's going to be called Ruins Dungeon. The exploration team sent to explore the area surrounding the crazy dungeon has finally returned. They discovered a city completely buried underground, sealed away for countless of years. It is not the ancient tomb or prehistoric ruins that we might imagine. Its lines, layout, and materials bear the imprint of civilization and orderly and creative civilization before the destruction of the surface world. It is claimed that some mutated rats are still active in the ruined city itself. Our exploration team first reported 2 important sites, alright? So it's going to be the sewer, atelier, and the derelict reactor, right? So just gonna show you guys here, this is how it looks in terms of the area that we're gonna be looking at. Okay, sewer atelier. It's gonna be a water boss, alright? So a mutated rat that escaped from a lab has established its own workshop in the city sewers. It's called Professor Splinton. Okay. As the potion pH level shifts, the flow of battle changes dynamically. I'm not sure what we need to do in this dungeon, but I'm assuming we need to level up more stuff to 6 stars to be able to farm over here, right? Because my account still is more like transitioning into PvP a little bit. We kind of did most of our crazy dungeons B10 already, but yeah, in terms of PvP, we are still lacking in that department, alright? We are lacking units, and we do need to make a lot of 6 stars, alright? So the other boss is going to be a fire unit. Okay, Relic. So it's going to be called Relic. Rare artifacts left behind by the once flourishing human civilization. Slots. Okay, divided into 2 types based on their equipment slots. One is the elemental relics and the other specialization relics. It's gonna be pretty similar towards Summoner's War, I believe, where elemental relics are classified by 5 of the attributes: water, fire, tree, light, and dark, where you'll be able to get things like damage reduction on X element or damage dealt on X element kind of thing. Those are the one that is most sought out for the elemental relics. Alright, and on the other hand, specialization relics are classified by 7 combat roles, mainly the Initiator, Nuker, Disabler, Disruptor, Support, Tank, and Core. Oh, the right side, I mean the specialization relics are gonna be really tough to farm, right? Because there's so many relics that you kind of need to spread out for 7 different combat roles. Although some units, they share like 2 or 3 roles in one. So I believe you can, like for example, if a unit is an initiator and a nuker as well, you can use both of those relics for that unit, alright? Either one. So primary stats. Okay, let's see here. Each relic grants 1 primary stat, either HP, attack, or defense. Okay, that's pretty standard. And in terms of the secondary stats, this is what we are looking at the most, alright? So it's going to be split into 2 tiers. The prefixes and suffixes both offer diverse combat boosting effects, but prefixes provide higher values and superior performance compared to suffixes. On a single relic, no 2 prefixes will have the same effect, and likewise, no 2 suffixes will have the same effect. Okay, sure. So we can take a look at the different rarity of the relics itself over here. So full stone common, literally no prefix. Okay, we get that. For uncommon, there's gonna be 1 prefix, so HP flat. Oh, or even the primary stats is going to be random, I believe, because you can see the defense is 69. This one, the HP is plus 1,397. For the sword is attack plus 89, things like that. Maybe it can go up to 100, who knows, right? For attack, we'll see later on for the other stats. So unstable potion, the uncommon one, the prefix gives crit damage on first hit 8%, alright? So there's a lot of stats that you're definitely going to be benefiting from this. Yeah, for example, you can see the fan over here, right? the attack is only plus 59. Oh, it's gonna be RNG on the main stat as well. Oof. So for rare relics, there's one prefix, one suffix. For for expert level, 2 prefix, 1 suffix. Legendary has 2 of each. And last but not least, for brilliant relics, there's gonna be 2 prefixes and 3 suffixes. Maybe even 3 prefixes and 2 suffixes as well, alright? Also, when a relic of brilliant quality drops, there is a rare chance to discover a unique relic. Unlike ordinary relics, unique relics have left their names inscribed in the annals of human history. They are one-of-a-kind existences. The secondary stats of unique relics do not follow the random rules applied to ordinary relics. Instead, their affixes appear in a relatively fixed pattern, and they often possess special passive effects. Okay, very interesting. In this update, approximately 80 unique relics were designed for players to discover. Here, we showcase a few of them for preview purposes. Okay, so that's gonna be good. We can take a look at this one here. For the Bone Ash Hourglass. So for the affixes, it basically damage reduced by 44, plus 26% defense when HP is below half. Deals additional true damage equal to 14 times of the number of turns that have passed in this battle. Capped at 100 turns. Okay, can be very interesting, all this kind of wither extra skills coming out from the artifact, right? Helmet of Sparta. Plus 43% enhanced stat. Increases damage dealt by normal attack by 15%. However, the effect rate of normal attack is reduced by 20. Oh. Okay, that's kind of like a trade-off kind of thing here. Tengu's Rain Cape. Skill 1 accuracy, skill 2 accuracy. Okay, pretty standard. After using a non-attack skill, gain 1 turn of stealth. Can only trigger once per battle. Okay, so for the Tengu's Rain Cape, it's gonna be really good for those kind of supports where you place buff and you do not want to get hit after that. So you're gonna be getting the stealth right after you go for those kind of buffs, but it can only be triggered once per battle, which is really fair as well. Okay, Kusanagi, this one will be a really good PvE artifact / relic, right? So you can see the God Slayer. When fighting in a boss stage, damage dealt is increased by 5%, and damage received is reduced by 5% as well. For the Poseidon's Trident, okay, triple affixes, basically add damage, true damage with attack percent, deals 75 true damage, okay? Good for those kind of supports. And last but not least, that we can look at in terms of the unique relics are the Earrings of Meditation. If you end a turn while under inability, 40% chance to reduce the cooldown of a random skill currently on cooldown by 1 turn. Oh, wow. Well, this is good though. The contemplation, right? So if you're like stunned up, frozen, asleep or whatnot, when you get to move, like when you get a turn, you're gonna be having a chance to reduce your cooldown. Okay. That's only if you use your skills beforehand though. So if right off the bat you get stunned up, then you won't be able to benefit from that. There's also gonna be extra turn relics. Holy. Oh wow. Extra turn. Violent proc is coming, guys. Okay, among all the unique relics in this update, there's one very special relic with the following attributes. Okay, as you can see here, Sleepwalker. After attacking on your turn, 15% chance to gain an extra turn. When the extra turn ends, you fall into sleep for 1 turn. Oh, this is interesting. So in a way, you're like buying a turn first, and then you're gonna repay that later on in the match itself. So you'll be slept after you get the extra turn, right? So this is the first time outside of the Lunar New Year event battles that we've added a turn gain effect to equipable items. This relic grants wearer the ability to gain an extra turn, but with strict limits, okay? So core type limit, must have attack during its turn. This ensures that the extra turn will not trigger when the Enderman is under stun or sleep. Okay, very fair. So if you're stunned, sleep, frozen or whatnot, this will not trigger. This ensures that the benefit of this effect is controllable, as you are essentially borrowing the next turn in advance. Of course, through certain strategies such as using elemental disadvantage to attract enemy attacks when facing AI opponents or maintaining immunity effects, it is possible to circumvent this penalty, but providing more strategic depth is beneficial. I think this is going to be really good for Siege, right? For those kind of things where there's less monsters, when it's just 3v3, we can benefit so much from this extra turn. And last but not least, about this type of relics in the future, just going to be reading this one. Okay, we will be cautious in adding these turn gaining effects to the game. Yeah, I think not many people, the majority, are a fan of violent procs, like extra turn gains kind of thing, because it can change the entirety of the momentum of the match that is ongoing, right? Especially in RTA, all those kind of live PvP, right? So they are not opponents of incorporating gain and extra turn effects in turn-based games. A well-timed extra turn can often shift the tide of battle. Yep, that is true. Especially in PvP, that is what I mentioned, and this is kind of precisely the appeal of this genre. However, we believe such powerful effects require careful balancing before being introduced into the game. This is why we did not include any other similar effects at launch. Okay, that is actually very fair from the developers, right? So they are just going to be testing out, give us a little bit of an appetizer here. Whether it's going to be a fan favorite, who knows? We'll see later on, right? So I think overall, in general, having relics in the game is going to be helping everybody out, especially those mid-game players where they're still having a lot of troubles in PvE dungeons. So all this kind of extra stats is definitely going to help me out, especially in my account. And I cannot wait to see what kind of boss mechanic it has in terms of the farming dungeon. So once it is out, we'll try to theory craft once again and see what kind of teams that we can afford to bring it in for the farming part of this relics. All right, so I think overall it's going to be a really nice and a big update in terms of element fission. They are definitely heading in the right direction. I definitely cannot wait for this patch to hit, so stay tuned for the theory crafting farming part of this new patch itself. When it's out, I'll definitely make a video on it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to like it and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.